Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to VanillaTV, where we have an awesome night of Team Fortress 2 action in story for you guys, as per usual, as right now it's Sunday. I'm quite sure it's the 17th of February. It is the 17th of February right now, and it was supposed to be 9:15, but it's a little bit later because there were some server issues. We are ready to rock and roll right now for you guys, though. So once again, welcome here to VanillaTV. We have the game between Epsilon eSports and the Pokémons ready here for you guys. And Epsilon, obviously a team that everyone knows. Pokemon's a team that we've seen a lot over the past week. Someone who hasn't seen them a lot, though, is my co-host for tonight, Skully. Skully, how much have you been paying attention last week?
Hang on. This is the button I use to talk, isn't it? Yeah. It's been a while. I'm out of the loop. I've got to be absolutely honest. You know, when you discover something called real life, you know, you totally forget about the game TF2.
Yeah, man.
So,
I know.
All I know is Epsilon is just too strong still.
Epsilon's still too strong. Have you been keeping up on the scores? Have you been doing anything, or have you just disappeared for a week and now you have returned to the motherland?
I've tried to disappear. I know that Epsilon are like still the top dog. I mean, we all saw the Broder game. I think I just sat there with my jaw wide open. Like, is this really happening?
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, a lot of things. Pyrogen unfortunately folded for the season, which is a bit of a shame. Been a quiet week. It's been quiet when you think about it, really. I mean, when you look at crack, you know, you've got your crack clan and Epsilon. You've got really strong top four even still. Like when it gets to the playoffs, it's going to be really juicy. But at the moment, we just got to see what happens because there could be just this little shock. We don't know. Maybe Epsilon could lose their undefeated streak to a bit of a shock.
Yeah, well, to be fair, like Epsilon, while they completely smashed the crap out of Broder, it was not seriously. Even in the depths of hell, rape is even less bad than that. It was quite impressive to see what Epsilon did, but you got to remember, 2 days before that, they almost lost the map to Quarantine on Snakewater. Quarantine played an unbelievably good Snakewater, and they barely at the end managed to lose it out. Obviously to Epsilon, who haven't lost a map since I-46. And it's really, you can see how good Epsilon is. Even when they're unbelievably far behind and annoyed, they still manage to pull out the wins against like a top 6 team in Europe. And we'll have to wait and see exactly what's going to happen. I'm not really sure. I'm quite sure that's Pure who's playing for the Pokémons. I'm not 100%. But I think Animal just confirmed that to me in chat as well. Yes, he did. It really looks like it is going to be Pure, and it looks like they're going to be changing servers, Skully, by the way, just to give you a heads up. But that will be changed and everything. The STV will be taken care of. Yes, I need your points. That Pure. He's going to be playing probably for Pokemon, so I can see a ping of about 130, 140 ping. So I'm assuming it's him. He's going to be playing for the Pokemons here. Not sure how much of an impact that's going to be, but we know that Evilmoon wasn't here tonight. Really nothing they could do about it. And the replacement that they found was the very sort of famous American medic, Pure, aka Brad.
Isn't he like also Irish? Or am I thinking of a different one? That is the same Pure.
He did play for Ireland, yeah, in the Nations Cup.
He's played for Ireland, you know, so I believe that's what they're just talking. It's kind of funny that they want to change servers because I think Walter's pinged a bit too high, and yet then you've got Pure 134 just like, bring it.
Yeah.
You know, just a little bit ironic. Yeah, a little bit funny, I got to admit.
Gotta say, man, if there's 11 people with good ping, it's better than if there's 10 people with good ping. Very simple, Skully.
Oh my god, what is Numlocked? Numlocked just pulled out a bat, which is a skull head. That's interesting.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Yeah, it was a bat that was a skull head. I'm sure it's...
That sounds great. Now, there's so many new items being added, I honestly have no idea.
And of course, you know what other new items are coming out this week? Medals! Medals!
Wait, I had my ETF2L medal from 3 seasons ago in Division 2.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I got that one. It's pretty cool.
The Season 8 medals have been given out, and they're gonna, like, from what I've heard, through the grapevine, otherwise known as Facebook, that they're going to go through the rest of the seasons later this week.
Alright. Only took him a year and a half, that's fine.
Hey, shout out to Rusky Dude, though, for making the medals. You know, how much an awesome person he is for the community.
Yeah, sounds good. So everyone's getting ETF2L medals, it looks like it. What I am looking forward right now is that there's going to be a new Source TV, and it looks like the Source TV is being passed on as we speak. And Greg, you
Yep,
can
I got
probably take a look at that one, and we can actually take care of that and bring this match for you guys here. Some people might wonder where are the webcams. Well, very simply, it was an experiment last Thursday on Valentine's Day. It was a little bit of an experiment. The webcams might be added at a later stage, might not be added. We're absolutely unsure about it at the moment in time.
No, admit it. Come on, admit it. You only got the webcams out just so we could get to see Admirable semi-naked. That's all you did. Come on.
I don't know who requested that in chat, but it was quite bad. Either way, it's still a testing phase, so we're making sure that everything is perfectly fine. Completely, like, absolutely spot on perfect before we actually officially do that every single cast. And I'm quite sure there's going to be more than enough talks with VanillaTV about that one. And as I say that, so we're going to be changing servers. We're back to our regular state. Skully is back here next to me. Pretty much a standard combination for VanillaTV for 2 seasons ago, I think, which was pretty much all you and me. And last season I figured out real life. This season you seem to have figured it out. So you're not going to be here all that often. But it's okay, because I am.
Yeah,
it's good to have you back on board.
Isn't this like Pledge TV now? That's what I've heard on the grapevine.
It's a little bit too brutal.
Yeah. Yes. Welcome to Pledge TV, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Skully. With me is the awesome, amazing, legendary Pledge.
Now it's Skully TV. That's cool, man.
Oh, right.
I like it. It's good.
It's got a ring. It's got a ring to it.
There's apparently people wondering why can Pure actually play in Europe. Well, it's very simple. Anyone can play in Europe as long as you're just being accepted, like in a Premiership. There's no sort of higher division, obviously, so it's very simple. If the enemy team allows it, and I'm quite sure Epsilon's not really going to think it's going to be a problem, but they might think. My Source TV doesn't seem to be connecting.
Yeah, I just retried, and it's now sending client info for me.
Yeah, let me check.
Yeah.
Connecting to the server.
We shall see. I'm now stuck on sending client info. This could be rock bad.
And obviously, everyone, just to give you a heads up, if you're sitting here on the stream, I am actually sending client info at this moment in time, Process RC2. If you are sitting here in the stream or on Mumble, whatever you want to do, obviously check out the other option as well. So if you're sitting on stream and you're like, yeah, but I kind of only want to watch Player X, then obviously join us here on Mumble. Mumble.vanillatv.org, I think it is, and then the standard port is 64738. There you go. As Skully managed to show that up here on the stream chat.
Are you still stuck on sending client?
I'm still stuck, yeah.
Okay.
So obviously I'm not really sure. But obviously, like, if you want to see a specific person, feel free to join us here on Mumble, and just join the STV and everything will be perfectly fine. You can spec whoever the hell you want, instead of just being like, I want to watch this player, or you dislike the camera work, or the volume's off, or whatever. If you have any sort of issue with the stream, feel free to let us know, first of all, and then secondly, just join the Source TV, find us here on Mumble, and then obviously you can do whatever you want.
Found the issue. Now I've just got to find a password. There,
okay.
give us the password.
So we're going to look at some Source TV passwords, guys. We apologise for the intrusion. Mike gave us some info, but didn't give us all the info. It's always very clever, as sort of roaming. Who's playing? Is Mitsy playing today? Yeah, Mitsy's playing today. So because I saw Gear playing PCWs earlier, and then suddenly like Gear had to pocket, and Gear never pockets, so it was a little bit...
pocket? Whoa.
It was a little bit weird. Yeah, it was like Gear and Mike again, because Mitsy couldn't play for an evening, so Gear was playing, and it was a little bit confusing. It's perfectly fine, though, because Gear's a fantastic soldier. Everyone can do that, but...
I got the word sec coming in, asking for the password. Don't worry, we are going to get it anytime soon. So, the season's looking like it's panning out pretty well, let's be honest. We know... I mean, we already knew from the start, basically, who the top 4 teams are going to be. Let's be honest.
We had a good guess, yeah.
Yeah, we had a good guess, but I think that game last weekend with Broder and Epsilon was quite a shocking development, because we didn't think it would be that much. We all thought it would be a dress rehearsal for the final of the season. It wasn't really a dress rehearsal, was it? It was more just like a... I don't know what's the right words for it. Was there any... You basically called it rape. It was even more brutal than rape in hell or something.
Seriously, it was so unbelievably clean from Epsilon. There was not... it was 2 maps, and I think I saw 1 mistake from Epsilon. That was it. It was completely clean. There was absolutely nothing they did wrong. And when they put their minds to it, they're a team that plays absolutely flawless. And that's what you need to do if you want to win every. Like, this is a league. This is the thing, though. You play so many games throughout the league, once a week at least. And obviously, stuff can get rescheduled, or you play 2 per week. And because you play that many games, there's always going to be a day where you play a little bit less. There's always going to be a day where everything just kind of sucks. And everything. Like, there's no excuse for it. It's just, hey, like, you just feel awful. And it's just the way it is. Epsilon just plays so often, all the time, that they have a steady level in which they still beat everyone, even if they're having a bad day. That seems to be the case. So really, the combination of just Epsilon sitting in this league at this moment in time when they're so unbelievably good, it's going to be very hard for any team to beat them. Because first of all, you need to have a fantastic day yourself. Secondly, you need to have playmakers in your team that have a fantastic day and have ridiculous plays coming out. And third of all, Epsilon needs to have an awful day. If those 3 align, then maybe they lose a map. That's how good they are. And
Epsilon
really,
have a bad day?
occasionally, yeah. But even for them, it's going to be a good day for others. Like, that's the way it is. And I love, like I said this to you before, Skully. You were kind of like, like we're going to be costing games a little bit weird, stuff like that. Tornadoes, by the way, Mumble and Source TV are in sync, yes, because we are also sitting on Source TV. But either way, like, it really seems that Epsilon is just a team that knows how to win. And if BFF and Clan are going to be playing Broder later this season, they're going to be looking at those VODs and doing exactly what Epsilon is doing.
I think that's basically it. Like, maybe, you know, when the Americans usually go, we don't really want to give away our tactics. Maybe they've got a reason. Maybe, like, that's the reason. You know, like what they're seeing. Maybe Epsilon probably giving away their strats, but then again, we don't know what maps they're going to be playing at the end of the season. You know, it all depends really on what maps. So at the end of the day, strats, yeah, you can look it a lot into strats, and then you can say to yourself, but that was a month ago, that was 2 months ago. What's going to happen now? They could have evolved, they could have thought something different, they could have, you know, created a new meta. Anything could happen. So it's going to be interesting. I think it was the same when we looked at Crack Clan, we looked at XTCM, and we looked at TLR. Teams that were like, well, they're good. They might get 1 win in the playoffs. Oh my god, they're at the finals of the playoffs. How did this happen? Yeah.
I cannot see anyone at this stage, because we were all kind of banking on Broder. Like, can Broder do it? Can Broder finally beat Epsilon? Stuff like that. No, they could not. At least not at this moment in time. And I'm unsure how long it's going to take before someone is going to be able to beat Epsilon. But to be fair, that's kind of why I'm costing these games, because the first time it's going to happen, I want to be there. I want to cost Epsilon as long as I can, because if they lose once, that's going to be like a momentous thing. And obviously, you got to keep in mind, Epsilon is so unbelievably good at winning. You need to make sure that you copy everything they do, because you'll win yourself. That's basically how it is. I love to see teams winning, and Epsilon is the perfect example we have here in Europe of just winning, of just being so damn good at this game that everything they do turns into a massive success.
I mean, I think I just can't wait for that as well. Like, you look at these games and you think, maybe they could do something. And like, I think the day we see Epsilon lose, hell will freeze over. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse will be eating our burgers from Tesco. Yeah, I'm running out of hypotheses and you know, statements about this. Because
do we have a server, by the way? Because I'm looking around and it literally looks like we have absolutely nothing.
I have been told Gubbins is going to give us the STV. So
should I find Gubbins? I have him in my friends list.
Yeah, find Gubbins.
I'll find Gubbins. Apparently we should be going very soon. As I do that, I'm finding Gubbins. Where is he? Should be around here.
Right, Halotos, are you putting that details into your into your internet? I'm just saying, because like it says, if the mumble.vanillatv.org:64738, doing that actually activates it to start a script to load up your Mumble. So you've actually got to download Mumble already to actually get onto our Mumble to third-party software, almost a bit like TeamSpeak, almost a bit like Ventrilo, better than Skype. I went there. Everyone says Skype. But yeah, that's it. While we are free, I know it's probably everywhere on our website. Would you like to plug the details? So I was trying to set this STV up. I was about to do some plugging of our wonderful, wonderful places to contact.
I got the info from Gubbins, so everything should be perfectly fine within a matter of seconds here as we're getting this connection going. Thanks so much here for joining us on this fine evening. And obviously, everything is taking a little bit longer than expected. European Team Fortress 2 still not as well oiled as it really should be. But let's be fair, who else would have expected otherwise? As both of these teams are going to be ready to go live here in just a bit. I did get the info, so that's all good.
Gullywash!
It is going to be Gullywash, preferably first. Yeah, it should be Gullywash. It's Gullywash and Process today. So it's first week of Process, actually. I think it's the first game of...
It's been a while since we've done Process. You still here, Pledge?
Yeah, I am. I'm just thinking back. How long is it ago that we did Process? I'm quite sure.
Oh, start the season. It was the qualified.
I think 6th Cup or the qualifiers.
It was the qualifiers, yeah. It was overall. That's the best thing we can say about it. So here is the teams then. So it is, yes, it's going to be pure. I must remember it's pure, but I may call it Beefwood. So if anyone starts wondering why I'm saying Beefwood or pure, it's the medic for Pokemon. Is that a Pokemon avatar he's got there? Just for the no, he has.
He might have done it just for tonight.
That would be fantastic.
Alright, cool.
Right. So are they getting ready to go live?
I just said to Gubbins, I was like, is there a password? Is there not a password? Everything. It took us a while, guys, and I'm very sorry.
Sorry about it.
Very sorry for all the disturbances and everything, but the team's going to figure it out. They changed 4 times from servers in the past 10 minutes. It's been a while since I saw that many server changes, but it has happened. Everyone seems to be happy with regards to pings at this moment in time. It is not relevant which map the teams actually start on, but it's Gullywash Process on the match taker, so a lot of teams usually go for just Gullywash first and then Process second. We should be going live here in just a bit. Gubbins told me they're going live as soon as they can, so I'm assuming that in about a minute and a half, 2 minutes maximum, really, we're going to be going live here. And we're going to see how this goes. The first thing that I'm noticing is that Pure, like Admirable, is running the Overdose. While the other medics in Europe have decided not to.
But with the speed, I kind of like that. It gives you just that... it's almost a little bit of survivability. Just that extra speed, would you say? Like just a little bit of speed.
I haven't played around with it myself yet, so I honestly cannot really comment on it, but from what I've seen... it's actually quite nice. Like,
I don't notice the speed, but when I play medic in pubs, I've always got the medic gun out. So, yeah, like I would even notice speed, full stop. So, predictions.
Predictions? Well, Epsilon? You want to go for Epsilon?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Epsilon, but I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as we think it is. Because it's well, I say that. This map's going to be one-sided, but I don't think Process is going to be as one-sided because it's Process. If that makes any sense.
It was the same with Snakewater, wasn't it? The first 3 weeks where it was literally like every time anyone played Snakewater, it was like, alright, you know. I think we can win on this one, but to be fair, let's see how these teams are going to manage to do this here. We have Epsilon eSports, ladies and gentlemen, in the blue, coming up against the Pokémon with Brad, aka Pure, aka Bford in this game, playing as medic for the Pokémons. Evilmoon did not manage to make it here in ETF2L Season 14, week number 4 on Gullywash and Process, as Epsilon and Pokémon are making it through this first middle right here. Pledge and Skully on the microphones here from VanillaTV. Skully, what's happening?
Well, the Soldiers have really taken this over for Epsilon. They got it quite fast, and now numlocked managed to get some open room. Takes out Coinz and Bash. There's Mitsy. Their Bash does then finally get taken out. But really, just the aggression that the Soldiers had. They put a Soldier up onto the top. That's pretty straightforward. That's okay. You got your Soldier, you got your demo up. Then they decide to put the other Soldier to jump over the barrier. Get aggressive. That's just really key right now, is the aggression. We know how the meta game is changing with the Soldier aggression. That's a key example. That was just really aggressive, and oh wow.
Look at
really
that.
Camping. The Uber's popped already. They're at last. I'm trying to talk about the good stuff here in the Uber's push. The Uber's been popped, but are they going to be over complacent? They're going to cap this now. There they go. They have got the numbers up finally. They basically did 2 wipes in the space of a minute.
Minute and 10 seconds. I'm quite sure this is going to be an easy 5-0, but really, if, as you said earlier, if there's any map that we're going to see a surprise, it's probably going to be on Process, but Epsilon, they still need to do it. That first middle was very clean, very cut out, 6-1 exchange coming out for them, and now let's see how they're going to play it out. Last middle, very much so aggression, pulling it out, going very aggressive. Seems like they're doing the exact same thing right now, and Pokemon coming to this middle, already a little bit weak, now stuck in a corner. They do get first blood, though. And Pokemon's looks to be coming out of this middle reasonably well, as we now have a 6-4 scenario, 6-5, 5-3, and now actually Epsilon shifting it into next gear. And Walters and Mike are going to be able to clean this up themselves. As Killer for Fun is going to try and make something. Oh, and actually Killer for Fun does get the frag. And Darn is still around as well. And we'll see actually that, wow, Pokemon's is going to pick up this middle. They looked in a dreadful position after that second bit, but they're fine.
When Don took out KnOxXx, I said to myself, look for the aggression, and they got 2 kills straight away, Epsilon. And we always talk about when you take a medic kill, you've got to go. If you've lost your medic, you've got to go for the aggression. So that's what they did. Did it work well? Yeah, but I must admit, I am surprised, and they're loving this pincer movement. How they are trapping Pokemon into a corner on both mids. That's happened both times. There goes Bash down straight away. A little bit of aggression because Epsilon really wants to contest this. Haunter now takes down Walter, so they can't really aggress this. And there goes numlocked overextending. So now maybe it's going to be 6 versus 3. So you've got to look at Pokemon looking to push now. A little bit of over aggression there, just trying to do stuff. All Nox has got is his 2 soldiers. We lose it, they lose Coinz. That's going to be nothing. They've not noticed a second soul. There goes Mike onto the bomb. He needs something. He's not going to get anything. Gets Haunter in there. There's a delay for the Uber. The Uber comes out to stop 95. The pop. 95. They're going to be getting up here straight away. There goes the Uber straight away. Epsilon could not get anything from that Uber. And they're losing one play. He's just going to stay on that point. That's brave. There goes Mitsy. Finally. Here comes the other side. Oh, wow. numlocked with Gubbins there. And really just the pushback ability, like, the delay from Mike really was just to hold up the Uber. Mike went in there to just hold up the Uber. The Uber came in, and then basically the Uber was there, delayed everything, and not only was it a block, it was great timing for the rest of the team to come forward.
Killer for Fun takes down KnOxXx though, right there as they try to go for that middle. Great play by the Portuguese scout, now having to drop all the way back there. I actually thought there was a pause, but it was a lag spike. That's perfectly fine. I like lag spikes. We can see right now that Epsilon obviously going to have to drop back a little bit. That's not their style though. They're going to decide to fight here. Obviously there were only 3 people, 3 fighting classes actually alive here for Pokemon, but Pure has been building this Uber 40-45% now. More or less is going to be the advantage, but a good shot from Mike there, taking down the Omen from Pokemon.
Yeah, Mike, you can't have an Epsilon game without talking about Mike, because that's just how damn good he is. Like, I'm just going to say that right now, and look, they're going to go for it. What Uber? They don't need an Uber. Both soldiers go for the bomb there. Look at that bomb straight there. Mike doesn't take anything, but his presence is no. There goes numlocked, just takes down Pure. Brilliant. Look at the aggression from Mike, and they're still fighting though, but they've lost a few players, but it's only Gubbins and Killer up. And that looks like Killer's out of position. I need to say that. Look at the aggression from Mike. He jumped around onto the top, onto the balcony, and everybody looked at Mike and focused him. That's insane.
And apparently, like, I forgot about this. Last time I messed this up as well. I had the discussion with Ali. It's actually Kyler for Fun. It's not Killer. Obviously his name says Kyler, but it sounds ridiculous, so everyone just sort of decided to call him Killer. It is actually Kyler, so I'm going to call him that from now on. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, but as I said, Kyler taking down numlocked right here. Immediately Pokemon's pushing for this middle point. This Coin's now coming up on his right-hand side. People stacking the point here, perfectly fine, and there's an Uber advantage once again, and Epsilon really seems to be playing the game of, we're better than you guys, let's just focus and push and we'll be fine. We don't need this Uber at all, and Pokemon's really trying as hard as they can to just build that Uber and then push onwards, and it gives them the advantage they need. As we say that though, Mike coming in from the back, taking down Pure there, great double shot from him, and the medic from Pokemon's goes down, and really Pokemon's in a massive disaster scenario right here, as it looks like everyone is just going to fall here to the aggression of Epsilon. As soon as that medic went down, it's going to be 6 down here in just a little bit. There we go, and only for 1 player, which was Absolute Mike. He suicided in, and I think he ended up dying, but there was 1 Epsilon player at least who went down. 6 down for Pokemon's though. Epsilon once again going back in what they're good, which is just keep pushing, and time everything as well as they can. And they're just so unbelievably good. It really shows once again that Pokemon's, they're doing a lot of things right, but every single time you think they might be able to pick this up, they might be able to do this, suddenly Epsilon shifts it into next gear and they manage to win exchanges once again.
There is the Uber straight away. They don't even cap second point, and they've used the Uber. Wow, a lovely pipe there from numlocked as he takes down Pure. And that's surely just set it up, but they've not got the numbers or the positioning. Now they're going to wait for everybody to come in. You know what? They may lose numlocked there. No, Kyler goes down the foot, but this is it. Bash goes in. Mitsy goes in. They've just got so many good numbers. And every time I cast a Pokemon game, I'm always saying Pokemon's not doing things wrong. And I've yet to see Pokemon make a mistake. It's just Epsilon being too damn good.
It's from what I can see there. Obviously, Pure was in a little bit of a wrong position. He got caught off guard there by Mike, sitting in the back doing his roaming job, and that's really a clear mistake. But obviously, Brad, aka Pure, not really that much of an. I don't think he's played a lot with Pokémons. As we can see though, 15 HP only on Nox. I like this middle coming out from Pokémons at this moment in time. Gubbins gets one, Darn gets one, numlocked able to exchange one back, but really Pokemon's going to pick up this middle quite cleanly even. And Epsilon, nothing they can do apart from just falling back, building the super, and then trying to make the plays.
Darn doing exactly what he should be doing there. Really nice progression there. Does go down because there was no one else following him, and Gubbins does get numlocked. Oh, that's a good trade. Okay, that's a good trade. They'll take that any day. Numlocked, and there comes the Uber straight away. Look how look how long Brad held that. Brilliant hold there from Brad. But it's only Gubbins because the flank has been taken out. But where is that flank? In fact, everybody's on the flank now for Epsilon. Here comes the flank around. They are going to take down. They're not going to take down anybody yet. There goes Kyler. There goes Haunter. Bash gets down, taken on it, but there's no way Brad can get out of there. Wow, Michael Walters and Epsy, that's brilliant. Just that flank. I saw the scouts go down for Pokemon. Thought straight away, that's the flank gone, and the flank basically turned into the push.
That sudden rotation going through Bignor and then immediately shoving them into that corner. Again, it's the pincer technique you were talking about. Then now, right now, immediately to spawn camp. They fly towards the forward spawn as fast as they can, and they really shut it down. And everyone who tries to walk out without paying attention, kind of being like, okay, let's go into position. You know how you do that in lower divisions? You kind of spawn and you walk out and you find your position. No way. Epsilon's going to rush your spawn, immediately going to do the damage, and Pure immediately went down as well, and that gives Nox this massive Uber advantage, and Epsilon knows how to deal with massive Uber advantages. Right now they are coming in. The Heavy does shove the soldier down though, but it looks like Bash able to do the damage onto Gubbins. Lots of players from Epsilon have gone down though, but lots of players of the Pokémons have gone down as well. Nox now goes down, but really he's only going to be a casualty of war as the rest of Epsilon looks to be cleaning this one up. Unless Coinz can manage to do something, he's not going to be able to do it, as old school scout Walters is going to be able to clean that out on MVP this round, 3-0.
Old school scout Walters takes out old school scout Coinz. They're both old school. It's an old school reunion. But it's like the class of '98 all back together, my friend. God, they were the days. They were the days. This is going to be the key middle once again because it's 3-0. I've always said when it's 3-0, fourth middle, going to be the key middle right now. Epsilon take the high ground once again, looking to try and pin to them in, but it's not working as both soldiers do take the aggressive standpoint. Missy goes down straight away and then goes down with the aggression, so they've lost both soldiers Pokemon. They still want to try and contest it. They want to get something. And now they've lost Kyler, so they've got to make the decision. Do they want to go back? They've got who is that? That's Coinz a bit too overextended. And there goes Pure. Oh, wow, the scout's right behind. That's what I mean. You can't be hesitant. That's probably the first real mistake I've seen was Pokemon bit too hesitant there on what they wanted to do. In the situation when you lose both soldiers, really, you've got to think either go for one pick or go out. I remember one of the first memories I remember of LAN was actually watching former Red Eye Jedi.
Huh? I think this is the first time in about a season and a half that I see Nox running Kritzkrieg. I have never seen him run Kritzkrieg.
Is this a rare? Whoa. Wow.
It's not. I might be completely messing. Like, I'm thinking about this. Am I messing this up or not? Like, and look at this. Epsilon just go. They don't care about Uber. They're just going 6 versus 4. Don't give a rat's ass. And even if it fails, they're just going to drop back and use this Kritzkrieg. It is not going to fail though, as right now there's a lot of damage already. 5 for no exchange, 6 for no exchange. And Epsilon, without Uber, without anything, straightforward. Let's just go and roll the crap out of them, and that's exactly what they do. 4-0's the scoreline. Nox has still got that Kritzkrieg, so at least we can focus a little bit. Numlocked, probably one of the demos who uses the least crits, as far as I know.
Darn Sniper.
And Darn, yeah, might as well.
Yeah, if all else fails, Sniper. I don't blame him. This is going to be quite interesting right now. We've got to see this mid. Now watch the passive play. No, what passive play? Epsilon don't want to play passive with the Kritzkrieg. They do lose Bash and Mitsy straight away from the grid bombing. They are trying to take out Barad. Barad survives on 43 health. While that's happening, Gubbins does get some spam. Nice little mid-fight there for Pokemon, really with a soldier down because Darn's sniper. Did Darn actually get anything off there? I don't think he did.
Alright, Crits is ready now for Epsilon. Numlocked, I'm sure, is around. Darn is around as well, though, and obviously that's going to be a bit of an annoyance. As Nox sitting here with Numlocked into this lobby door, still looking around. Pure's going to hit that Uber, though. And here comes the Crits! That's okay, it's going to kill Darn. Just Darn. Now Coinz. That's okay, that's okay. Uber still hasn't been used by Pure. Still hasn't been used. Yeah, it was quite close.
How did those stickies miss? Seriously. I'm gonna say that right now. How did those stickies miss? I'm pretty sure they actually caught him. But look, Pure's got the Uber. Pure's got the Uber. He's gonna scout behind it. No, he doesn't. Pure's got the Uber, and they're gonna go straight onto this. It's the big choke area, but they don't mind about that because it's one soldier and no backup. Okay, that's the Uber gone. One soldier with no backup, and both soldiers there couldn't do anything. So now Epsilon's going to go, you know what, thanks for using your Uber. We're just going to walk straight in. Lovely kill onto Mitsy, though. Haunter does go down, but the wasted Uber, the fail Uber,
already
really
good to go once again, though.
Yeah.
Where's Numlocked? I'm sure Numlocked is sitting around this middle somewhere, but it looks like they're just going to go with Soldier here around this corner. How much damage is Mike going to be able to do here as he does get one rocket onto Gubbins? Great shot from him. Second scout also around those rocks. Darn gets the shot onto Nox, though. Well played by that, guys, to finish. Soldier, also known as a sniper this game, is going to be able to kill off Nox there, but Epsilon not really going to care all that much, though. Look at Mike causing havoc all across the Pokemon. Seriously, if I was playing Pokemon Red, I would have loved the Elite Four to have sort of Mike in there. I think they would have beat me every time.
Pokemon Master Mike has challenged you to a
Yeah,
duel.
man. Seriously, you'd lose to that guy any day of the week, as right now Epsilon's going to try and move on here into last, trying to close out this game. It's already 4-0. Are they going to be able to make it 5-0 anywhere soon? It really looks like it, as Pokemon's really not having anything to do in this game so far. They've been doing alright, but in the past 4 rounds, Skully, I've been counting along, in the past 4 rounds, Pure has had 1 Uber, and that is it. There's so much pressure coming out of Epsilon, there's nothing you can do about it.
Nothing, because like Epsilon just know how to be aggressive. They just know that they've got the better deathmatching potential. And I know a lot of people probably think that we're hyping Epsilon. We're gonna hype Epsilon. How the hell can you not hype a team that hasn't lost since I-46? That haven't lost a game for 5 freaking months.
It's the way it is, man.
It's insane.
Well, 5 months. I think it's a little bit longer than that, to be fair, but it's about 7 months or so. As I-40... damn, man, I-46 is a long time ago, but Epsilon hasn't lost a single map since that, and today is not going to be the first time, at least on this map, though. Gullywash, a very clean 5-0 sweep, pretty much exactly what we expected to on Gullywash. Process is the weird one out, though. Has Pokemon figured something out? Have they learned some sort of weird tactic with which they're going to be able to surprise Epsilon, the same way that Quarantine did last week on Snakewater? We're going to have to wait and see here. VanillaTV going to take a quick break, and when we'll be back, we're going to be able to see the match going on between Epsilon eSports and the Pokémons here. Blue versus red, as always, here in Team Fortress 2 on CP Process RC2. That is the version we're looking for here at VanillaTV. We'll be right back after this.